Sunday. And of course, you know why I am speaking with you at this early hour on a Sunday morning. It is because I have had an experience, and let me get right into it. As always, I will tell you, those of you who are interested, that I had storm sounds on, and I again was up late studying Spanish, just watching some Spanish speaking programming, and decided I was getting a little tired, so I thought I would just get some rest. Now, as always, well, actually, it's not as always. There are times when I am really trying to get into an experience. And then there are times when I'm just more relaxed and I'm just like, if an experience happens, great. If it doesn't happen, that's cool too, which is what I always suggest to you. My advice to you is to always be very relaxed about it. Always be in this mode of, if it happens, great. If it doesn't happen, that's good. And I tell you, every time I've done that, when I've been in a sort of very relaxed place about it and haven't been putting much pressure on myself to do it, that is when it usually happens. And this was definitely the case. So at one point, I felt that moment that I always talk about. It just will come at times. It was funny. I'm remembering now, and sometimes as I'm getting on the microphone, I'm just remembering things as they come, because I remember I was on my right side, I was lying down, and I always know, I think in my mind, oh, here it comes. Here it comes. I know it's coming. And I'll feel myself being lifted up and turned and dropped and all the things that happen to me in the beyond body, because as those of you who have followed this channel know, the beyond body is a bit different than astral projection in the sense that, to put it quite simply, I don't feel separation. I feel as if my entire body is being moved either to the left or to the right, up or down, or I'm being propelled through space. My entire body feels that way. And this time, again, it was very short. There wasn't a lot of travel time with this. I felt myself get lifted sort of into the air, and then I turned, and then I was in darkness. I remember that, right? And then the darkness slowly lifted, and I was looking out the window of a bedroom. I was in a bedroom, and the first thing I did, interestingly enough, was look out of this window that the curtains were open, and there was literally right across from me, there was a family, and I believe they were at their table and they were eating. This is what I'm thinking right now in the moment. I'm thinking that they were eating dinner or something like that. It was a black family, although it may have been a black Latino family, because the woman that I saw a woman sort of in the kitchen, and she seemed like she was doing, I don't know, maybe she was doing dishes or something. And then I saw other members of the family. And when I looked at them, I thought, oh, a black family. And then I saw her, and she had sort of, her hair was more straight, and she looked more Latina to me. So I'm not exactly sure. But I remember I sat and I stood and I watched them for just not too long, just a few moments. And then I turned my attention to my surroundings in my bedroom, and I was taking a look around. In this bedroom, and in this, I'm guessing, this parallel version of a bedroom that I, you know, I obviously, on some level, I know about it. There was, I remember, one of the first things I remember was there was a map on the wall furthest from me. And the map, it was like, it could have been a map of the states, but I think it was a map of one state. And I could not see what the name was, but I think that there were pins, the kind of pins you would stick in or whatever to a map or whatever. I could see those. And then around me seemed to be just a normal bedroom of some sort. So I was taking it in. I was taking in this bedroom, looking around, and as I said, I remember the map, and I remember, there was a bed, and it wasn't a messy room. It was a nice room, and I remember thinking to myself, this room seems to me to be for someone who is maybe the age of perhaps 11, maybe 12 years old. And I was thinking, I wonder if I'm 11 or 12 years old. I wasn't quite sure at that point when I was kind of looking around. Now, this was the weird part, what I'm going to tell you, because as you know, you listen to my experiences, there's always something strange that happens in these worlds. One of the things I thought, okay, the first thing I want to do is I want to get outside, right? So I tried one of the doors. There was a door near me. I opened the door, and when I opened the door, there was a wall right at where you should be able to go out. And I thought, why is there a wall there? This is weird. Then I went to another area where I saw another door in this room. I opened the door. There was a second door. I opened that door, and then there was another wall. Now I started getting a little nervous, like, okay, how in the universe do I get out of this room? I tried it again. I went to another area. I opened the door. There was another wall that was there. And I'm thinking, how do I get? I remember at one point, I sat down on the bed. And I remember I was thinking to myself, okay, if I get too freaked out and nervous about this, I'm going to be pulled back. And I was taking a deep breath or deep breaths, trying to maintain being there. And I remember as I was doing this, as I was taking breaths, I was hearing somebody talking. Now, this was weird because I had storm sounds on, so I obviously didn't have talking in the background, but I could hear, guys, somebody talking, and it was weird. It was distracting me, and I remember as I was sitting on the bed, it was like I was trying to maintain, and I was like, I'm going to lose my grip on this reality. I don't know why I can't get out of this room, and I think I was probably a little panicked, although again, I also remember distinctly thinking I should maybe ask for my guides and ask them to help me to get out of this place. But I didn't have the time to do it, and I wasn't able to hold my grip for long enough. And eventually, I lost my grip, and I opened my eyes back here. So it was a brief experience, but as I've told you before, and I really want to make sure that I talk about this just a little bit. I know that these things, many times there is a deeper meaning to them than what I'm seeing in the moment, and the place that I'm in is much more a significant place. But I'm not sure, guys. I'm not sure what the significance of this was, if there was any meaning, or if I was just in a room that didn't seem to have doors. It would seem to me that if I were in some parallel universe, that it should have a way out of that place. And like I say, it wasn't that I was getting claustrophobic or anything. It wasn't that I was totally panicked about that. I just wanted to be able to get outside, to be able to report more back to you. But unfortunately, I was unable to, perhaps on my next trip. Anyway, thank you so much for coming on another journey with me. And until next time, take care.